Hi everyone, Robyn from Humane Yoga here. Today I'd like to introduce our practice, which is immunity yoga based on a yin style, which is a slow practice. So in today's practice we'll be working on the kidney and urinary bladder meridian lines, and these are the subtle energy channels where when they're clear we feel harmony and we feel balanced. So just for today's exercise, that's all we need to know. And the things we'll be working on today is really replenishing your energy levels, helping you feel better in your own body, more willpower and a sense of self, and bringing in some innate wisdom. So I feel like I need this today because obviously my words aren't working so well. So today what we'll do is we'll work through all of these little emotional centers. We'll do some physical sensations so you can feel the stretches and allowing the body to relax in this short practice. You will need a blanket and a bolster or a couple of large cushions, and if you're near a wall that would be great if some of these poses have variations in the wall. So go grab your stuff and we'll get into our practice. I'll see you back here soon. Welcome to your mat. So let's begin our practice in our first pose. First pose has two options. This is our butterfly. So just bringing your feet away from you into this diamond shape. Now, if you like, you can sit up on the edge of a blanket. This elevates the hips and makes things a little bit more comfortable. Then you can grab your cushion or bolster. And if yours is bendy, you can give it a little bit of a bend and just lay here, or if you're going more forward, down this way, or if your back is not quite able to bend this way, you can just place it behind you and lay down. So just like this, then bring the arms out to the side, a reclining butterfly position. So wherever you are, just find your way, either coming forward or laying back, and elevating hips if you wish. We just want to start here feeling nice and comfortable, allowing the body to begin to rest down. Just find those areas of tension in the body as you breathe in. And then exhale, actively just relax those areas. Breathing into the shoulders, feeling your body lift up. And then exhale gently through the mouth. Allowing the mind to begin to relax here as you hold your pose. Imagining a nice velvet curtain dropping in front of your eyes now. Everything from the world is shut out, and you just have this curtain in front of your eyes. Allowing the space and time for rest. And just focusing on the inhale, sending the breath to the area of tension, and then the exhale as you gently let yourself melt into your props. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Take a nice deep breath in, filling up your lungs, your chest. And exhale, slowly bring yourself out of your pose, taking your time to come up. And just move into a comfortable position. You could be on your side, on your belly, on your back. Just take a moment here just to rest. We call this the rebound. Rebound can be however long you wish to make it. It allows the body space to integrate the opening of the stretch that you've just done. Physical sensations in the body through the stretch. Settling of the emotions, releasing of any thoughts in the mind. So breathe in here deeply and exhale. Just let go of anything you don't want to hold on to through your mouth. And the next inhale, gently open your eyes and bring yourself up, and we'll do our next pose. So next pose has two options again. Always lots of variations in a yin practice. So once again, you can be seated if you wish, with the blanket underneath the knees, and you can bring your legs out. And then you can come forward. So you don't have to use your bolster or cushion, but you can if you wish. And you can bring yourself down here. You can fold over, maybe here. Or you can just bring yourself upright and just close the eyes. But looking for the opening on the inner side of the legs. So there's that option, but I'll show you my favorite, which is a nice one under at the wall. So if you need, you can bring a blanket down underneath the body. Bring your hip close to the wall, right or left, doesn't matter. And then bring yourself up and around. And then open the legs at the wall. If it feels comfortable, you can have your hands underneath your thighs. Or just bring the arms up overhead. We're just going to rest here. So find your way to whichever position you prefer, either on the floor, leaning forward, or on your back, feet up against the wall. Legs up the wall, I should say. I'm already relaxing. Breathing in here and exhaling. As you lay here, allow yourself a moment just to check in, to see how you're feeling emotionally. What's coming up for you? Do you feel energized, enthusiastic? Do you have a drive for life at the moment? Or are you feeling a little bit depleted and tired? Maybe there's a little fear of what's happening in the world and the future coming up through your mind. Breathing in here, allow yourself to focus on any of these emotions and what you're feeling. And start to detach a little bit from the feeling, like becoming the observer and watching those emotions float past your eyes. And then you breathe in through your nose. Feel your belly and back filling up through the rib cage. And exhale, gently squeeze the belly to the spine and let go of this emotion through your breath. And inhale again. Feel that emotion, watch it travel in front of your eyes. And exhale. Feel it drop out through the mouth. If you're laying on your back, maybe it falls through your back into the floor below. Just focusing on this inhalation, observation, and release through the breath. And just letting a final exhale come here and saying to yourself, I am strong, enthusiastic, and I have zeal for life. I am strong, enthusiastic, and I have zeal for life. Exhaling. And wherever you are, just slowly bring the legs together. Place your feet flat on the floor or flat on the wall. I'm just going to gently drop the knees from side to side. You can make this a big movement or a little one like me, whichever suits. And then find your way to your resting position. I like to have my legs up the wall, so I'm going to take my rebound with my legs up. And just observe what's happening after your stretch. Notice the physical sensations from the stretch itself in the body. And how you're feeling emotionally. Any thoughts, memories tracing through the mind. And breathing in, slowly bringing yourself up to seated for our next pose. Slow and steady, everybody, taking your time. Now, our next pose has a few options because we're moving into a quad stretch, and because the quad is attached to the knee has to bend to get the stretch. So if you're having trouble with your knees, I'll have a few options for you. So first option is simply place the blanket, bolster, a little bit of height behind your hips. Extend your legs behind you, leaning on the hands, and just lean to the left and bring your right foot next to you so you bend the knee. Now, if you're already feeling this stretch, you may wish to stay here. If you aren't, you can slowly bring yourself back. Now, we're looking for this quad stretch. I've got a little quad stretch here. If you are very bendy through the quads, you might decide you don't need anything underneath your back. So you can stay here. Your second option is to come to the side. So moving into a side stretch. So you might lay here and just hold on to the foot if you can feel your stretch. Or the final option, into a Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose on the elbows. If you're feeling that it's more comfortable to be down here, then that's okay. Because what we're looking for is the stretch coming from the hip flexors down through the quad. So if you can't get it, then you can always bend your knees. So option 1 is on your back, option 2 on your side, and option 3 in the Sphinx pose here. So just pick whichever one feels like it's going to work for you. And we'll slowly bring ourselves down into our pose. So I'm going to be on my back. And remember, if it's hurting the knees, please just take care of the body and go into your Sphinx. You can just stay laying on the belly if that feels good. Remembering that the theme of today is to enable yourself to be building your willpower, your determination, your zest for life. So really this comes from resting the body, resting the mind. And just close the eyes wherever you are and just breathe. Breathing into your hip flexor and quad on the right leg or whichever leg you have bent. And focus on the idea of enthusiasm. What do you feel enthusiastic about in your life? Where does your passion come from? Asking yourself this question as you rest in your stretch. And continue to breathe in and breathe out through the mouth. As you breathe here, make any adjustments in the body as your body begins to open or wish to do something else. Just taking your time and rest your mind, keep the eyes closed. So just breathing here. If you're in your Sphinx pose, just gently bring yourself down to your belly. If you're in your saddle or in your quad pose, just lay down and extend both legs. Take a moment to breathe here. Feel those physical sensations. Notice how one side feels compared to the other. And then breathing in, slowly opening the eyes. And if you're doing Sphinx pose, just get ready to do a second round of Sphinx. If you're doing the saddle pose, we'll start again. So I'll move this way. So remember to have your cushion behind you if you need. Extend your legs out. Leaning to the right side, bending the left leg. Bring it just next to the body, whichever way the foot goes. And if you want to, you come down onto your bolster or onto the ground and just let that open. And remember, you have the option of going to the side if that's better or more comfortable for your body. So wherever you are, just find your way to that place of comfortable discomfort where you can feel the opening through the quad and up potentially towards your hip flexors. Again, arms can be up over the head if you are laying on your back. In your Sphinx pose, if you feel like straightening the arms this time, then you're welcome to straighten your elbows and just allow the body to curve a little more. Or you can just come all the way down to your belly. Choose your own adventure as you rest here, replenish the body. Breathing in and out through the nose and mouth. Noticing, what are you fearful of today? What brings you fear? Is it something that is financial? Is it world events? Is it just simply having to be going through each day and not having sufficient rest? What is your fear? Allow yourself a moment just to ponder on this. Let things just float through your mind. Again, watching and being aware of what's coming up for you. Facing the fear is the first step to recovering and bringing balance and harmony into the body. Breathing in, watching that fear come past your eyes. Exhaling. Inhale, focus on that fear in your mind's eye. And as you exhale, gently imagine it just flows out through the breath. Just starting to let it go. Inhaling it, seeing it again in front of your eyes. Exhale, let it go. At the same time, letting go, try to let the body relax. Give your body the physical sign through your mind. It's time to let go of this fear. Breathing in deeply and start to make a movement. Come out of your pose. Find your way to a neutral spine, either on your back, on your side, or on your belly. I like to just lay on my back as it resets the spine. Just breathe here. We'll take a moment just to settle before we do our final pose. Let yourself melt down into your mat, into the floor. I release my fear. I draw in willpower, my zeal for life, and my enthusiasm. And now deeply inhale and just gently move your props away from you. There's a little bit of space. And you're going to hug your knees in and just round the back a little, rock from side to side. Feel that nice massage, maybe move the legs. And then you'll gently bring your arms out, either into this stop sign configuration, or maybe you're extending them into a T. And just drop your knees over to your right. Take a rest, turn the head away from the knees. You may like to place one hand, maybe the right arm on top of the knees, and just hold down like a weight so you can feel it opening. Your other arm could be up over your head. Just experiment. Find a positioning that suits your body. And just feel this beautiful spine twist. Really nice feeling after really working through our quads and hip flexors. Now just imagine that you have your white light coming through the crown of the head, and you feel it going over your head, down your back, on either side of your spine, moving over your buttocks, down the back of your legs, and all the way to your pinky toes. And then you find the light moves underneath the base of your foot into the arch, up around the inside of the foot, around the ankle, into the inner thigh, inner legs, inner thighs, up into the base of your pubic bone, and then traces all the way up over your torso, just either side of your belly button, and up towards your collarbones. And in this way, the light through these energy channels is gently clearing any blockages in these energy channels. You trace it in your mind's eye again, down your back, down the inside of your legs, to the outside pinky toe, under the arch of the foot, on each side, up and around your ankles, through the inner thighs, over the pubic bone, and up past the belly button on either side, up to your collarbones. And you just breathe here, holding this together, clearing these meridian lines. And now gently inhale, exhale, let the body sink. And now one more inhale, and then you're gently going to bring your knees back up. Just give yourself a little squeeze, and we're going to do the next pose, which is the spinal twist on the left side. It's our last pose. So when you're ready, just drop your knees over to the left. Make your arms long if you wish, shorten them. Place the weight on the knees if you want to open the stretch up through the obliques. Just rest here. Getting comfortable and finding what do you need to finish with your practice. So your practice might require you to have more focus on releasing your fear, focusing on the mantra of being strong, feeling your willpower, your enthusiasm and zeal for life. Or you may want to focus on clearing those energy lines. So for this last pose, just focus on whatever suits you. A zeal through a manifesting of a mantra, cleansing your energy lines, releasing your fear, closing the eyes and resting and continuing to breathe. And now gently start to find your way out of your pose. Hug the knees into the chest one last time. Make any movement that you need to be a little bit more comfortable before final relaxation. And we're going to set you up into Shavasana, and then I'm going to leave you here to rest as long as you need to. Remember the yin practice, this nourishment of our kidney and urinary bladder meridian lines is all about resting and replenishing. So find your way onto your back, onto your belly, child's pose, whatever feels good for you. Make sure you're warm enough. Place anything under the knees that you need and just allow yourself to rest. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the body sink down, completely resting and allowing the velvet curtain in front of your eyes to remain. And this is where I'll leave you, resting, replenishing, relaxing, building your immunity by allowing the body time and space to open, to rest, and to reduce your stress.